Welcome home, neighbors.
Welcome home, neighbors.
Hello, neighbors.
We're listening from
Arizona,
Florida,
Maryland, New York, New Jersey,
Minneapolis,
California,
Utah,
Michigan,
Iowa,
Massachusetts,
Georgia,
Canada,
our home resort is
Animal Kingdom,
Polynesia,
Bay Lake Tower,
Old Key West,
Riviera,
Boardwalk,
Alani Resort,
Hilton Head,
Boulder Ridge, Copper Creek,
Grand Floridian,
Saratoga Springs,
Beach Club,
and Wilderness Lodge.
and you're listening to
and you're listening
You're listening to my
DC Voice.
Welcome home, neighbors, to episode, it's been so long, I forget, like 78, I think we're at, for Community Hall Live. My name is Chad Pennycuff. I am the normal host of this show on Sunday nights, and I have just moved to Central Florida, and it's the first broadcast that we've done from the new house that's been with actual gear. So I'm really excited about that. But before we jump into today's show, I want to give a huge shout out of thanks to our sponsor, DVC Resale Market. If you are looking to buy or sell a DVC contract, they are now estimating they own 70% of the DVC resale market. So 7 out of 10 contracts are sold through them. They've got more sellers. They've got more buyers. They are the 500-pound gorilla in DVC resales because they do it best. They've got the leading website that's out there, a lot of contracts, a lot of points. Every single person there is a former Disney direct guide. So they've all been trained in the Disney way. And the bottom line of it is when you do business with them, you get that same Disney level experience without paying the Disney price tag. And Disney price tag is going to come up a lot tonight in tonight's episode as we talk about the Galactic Starcruiser. Today is an open show, and I want to welcome back to the show really good friends of ours, some phenomenal podcasting friends. Let's welcome in Richard and Sarah from Skywalking Through Neverland.
Hey, Chad.
Hey, we are so happy to be back. It's been a while.
It's been too long, okay?
Yeah.
It's been 318 days by my count.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I keep logs of everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
You never know.
318 is better than I thought. So you beat my own average there, right? But I want to give a huge welcome to you guys. And as your name suggests, Skywalking Through Neverland, you guys are a Disney fan-based podcast, and you cover everything soup to nuts, Disney, Star Wars, Marvel, and I would venture to say you guys are at the expert level of Star Wars knowledge. Would you?
Guilty as charged.
Yes.
Yes.
I would definitely say that.
Yeah. I've been in the fandom since 1977. Sarah came in during the dark ages in the 1990s.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're putting all of our knowledge and all the things that we've been to, all the events we've been to in the last couple of decades. We're using that as basis for some of the stories we tell and some of the interviews that we do. It's like, if we're talking to people such as tomorrow, we're talking to Kim Simmons. He was one of the photographers over at Kenner. He took pictures of every toy in my bedroom. He was the guy that took all the catalog pictures.
And most of our childhood, right?
Yeah. He photographed our childhood.
Yeah.
So it's always good to talk to someone like that. And we're using all of this knowledge also for our upcoming Skywalking Press book, Today in Star Wars History, which we're every single day of the year. We're entering 5 to sometimes 10 entries within what happened in the Star Wars timeline.
In that day.
Yeah, every single day.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, no kidding. Because I know you guys have been doing the little Star Wars vignettes on YouTube for Today in Star Wars History. So it sounds like there's a book coming out that we should keep an eye out for.
Yes, coming next month.
But now you guys have been covering Star Wars for, I want to say, a decade now, Richard? Like, is fan-based media?
Oh. Yeah, so since 2013.
Yeah, 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
8 years. Okay.
Oh, going on 9. Because what? It's 2022.
Well, 9 in September.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
So on the cusp of 8.5 years.
Yes.
8.5 years we've been doing this, and before that we had some blog stuff that we were doing, but it's like, who reads a blog? And then this whole medium called podcasting came our way. It's like, I guess we can try this, see how it goes.
Yeah. And it's gone fantastic.
Yeah.
It really has. You guys put out a phenomenal show. You're like me. You build a phenomenal community of fans. And what I am even like more impressed with is your guys' ability to network and get A-list guests. I mean, like Weird Al
Thank
Yankovic. He just doesn't do shows and podcasts, but he did yours. So
Yeah, we have a special skywalking bounty hunter. If we tell him we want this person, he'll come back like an hour later without here's Weird Al holding him by the scruff of his neck. And just really talking the lingo. We'll write out to people and we'll let them know how positive we are and how much of a fan we are by mentioning something they've done in their career that no one else has talked about. Like, oh well, I can tell you're fans of mine and have done your research, so yeah, I'll come on your show. And every time we're done with an interview, I always love hearing this. That was so much fun. Why did it take so long?
Right.
Yeah. That's very true. And I know just looking at like the Star Wars movies, I remember seeing you guys at like red carpet events for the last 2 Star Wars movies that came out. So y'all are definitely OG fan. I don't think I could find a better resource for Star Wars connections to bring onto the show. And I guess all of this hard work that you guys have done over the last 8+ years led to a media invite over to the Star Wars Galaxy Edge, or the Star Wars Cruiser, right?
Yes. The
Galactic Starcruiser, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's tell me about that, and let's tell me about some of the experience. And the other thing I want to say is, guys, these guys are like me. We will respectfully, we will be super fans and super vocal for what we love, and then we'll respectfully present what we don't. And I think that's pretty true for you guys as well, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
like we've said before, we went to Universal Studios for their Halloween Horror Nights and did not give a favorable review to one of their big premiere mazes. We didn't slam it or bash it. We just said it wasn't what we thought it was going to be, and we gave our lists of reasons of why this just didn't appeal to us. And they said, "Okay, you guys are never coming back."
Yeah.
Because we gave an honest review. It's like, well, if we kept giving glowing reviews, no one would trust us because we gave a great review to everything. Well, they know just going in, well, they're going to love it. So why bother going to them or reading their reviews or listening to their shows?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's honest. And the whole reason why we do this is to come back in and get your opinions and then ultimately answer this value question, which we will get to at the end of the show of, is it worth it? And should I do this?
Right.
So now let's just go over this. Did you guys go on like the mini 4-hour event, or did you go through the 2-day event?
Okay, so yes, we were incredibly blessed to be invited to the 2-day, the full cruise as a media experience. And I mean, it is the full cruise. It's what people will get if they have bought in and go on the cruise. So we got everything. We got like the what is it? You get the special magic band. You get a data pad to use, which I think in the future cruises, you'll be using your own phone, but they gave us phones to use because I think they wanted to track the data and stuff like that. And yeah, we got the 2-night stay. We got a room.
Got a lot of some swag.
Yeah. And I do want to give a shout out also to Fangirls Going Rogue, the other podcast I do, which is also how we got on the cruise as well. So just by being us, and then thanks to Fangirls Going Rogue as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Fangirls Going Rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got these 2 nights of the most awesome dinners you'll ever have in your life. But, if it comes to the time where I'm ever on death row and they say, okay, what's your last meal? I want the bantha steak. This is the kind of things I think about. Okay. You got to be prepared, Chad. You got to be prepared.
Okay. Because like Star Wars Galaxy's Edge food is like, it's okay.
The Ronto wraps are fantastic. I love those.
Yeah.
But you're right. At Docking Bay 7, it's like, okay, we'll move on to something else afterwards. But this food, we did a whole video just based on the food. So if you go to our YouTube channel, Skywalking Through Neverland YouTube channel, did a whole video on a majority of the food, and it 99.9% of it was phenomenal.
Yes. Except, what was the one thing you didn't like, Richard? Blue milk.
Coffee and blue milk, not a winning combination.
Blue milk in your coffee.
It's not chocolate and peanut butter, not by far. So if you go there, do not put blue milk in your coffee.
But what's cool about this food is
did they suggest that or?
No.
I thought, you know
No,
what?
that was just
It's
you being
coffee.
creative. Okay.
Yeah,
it's coffee.
blue
It's
milk.
it's milk.
Yeah, exactly. It's right there. It writes itself.
Yeah. But one of the cool things about the food is they didn't the people who created the food, and we actually spoke with food and beverage people,
The creators
the
and
creators
designers
of
of the
them.
food.
Okay.
Yeah. So their project brief was to create food that would taste like you knew the taste, but that would look very different from what you're used to. So like one of the things we loved was this cheesy bubble bread and with a red fruit soup dipper. And what it is, it's really grilled cheese and tomato soup.
But it doesn't look like a grill. It looks like a big long piece of flat bread.
Yeah, with bubbles on it.
You bite
like
into it, think that's a grilled cheese.
Yeah, yeah, and then you dip it in your little like tray of red sauce, which is tomato soup basically, but they call it red fruit. And yeah, it's perfect. And like they had a bruschetta thing too, or not bruschetta.
Technically is red fruit, so
yes, it is. It is.
Okay. Yeah.
They had like a Capri salad, but instead of looking like a Capri salad, they had taken the tomatoes and like mashed them all up to make it look like almost like a bruschetta type of thing, right? And they had like just the shapes of things were also different as well. It was very cool.
Okay.
And it was all you could eat.
Ugh. And all the blue and green milk you could drink.
Oh yeah.
And mix or whatever you want.
Yeah, I slid my chair up to the blue milk dispenser to kind of open my mouth and yeah. You know what? I love blue milk so much. Didn't even bother with a glass. Didn't want to dirty a glass. Just kind of put my mouth under the spigot.
Well,
how not to get invited back to the house, right? We can dress him up, but we can't take him anywhere, Sarah. Like
the fact that it's $8 a cup in Galaxy's Edge. I mean,
yeah. So I was gonna get my blue milk's worth. Yeah, we even put some in Sarah's pockets and went to Galaxy's Edge and sold it on the black market.
I'm telling you. Now, somebody on Facebook makes this comment. It sounds a lot like the grilled cheese and soup at the Edison. Do you have a reference there to compare?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that a Walt Disney World thing?
Well, I think there's an Edison someplace in LA too. So I thought there was an original Edison there, but yes, the Edison is at Disney Springs here.
Okay.
So
okay.
Why does Gina say she's not a fan of the blue or green milk? Gina.
Yeah. The blue milk rocks.
And the green milk does too. And the new Toydarian swirl.
Yeah, that's good. Well, that's only at Disneyland. I don't think they have that at Walt Disney World.
Sorry, Walt Disney World.
Okay. So food was phenomenal, right?
Yes.
Now, I have to tell you guys this. Oga's is my favorite bar on property. And now I'm just like going, I can't get in there to the new Halcyon bar. Like, it's got to be so cool.
Okay, it's called the Sublight Lounge. It is like way cooler than Oga's because for one thing, it's easier to get in there once you're on the ship, obviously. And it only gets super crowded at night. Like after everything has happened, it's open till 2 a.m. So like that's when everyone goes and converges on the bar. But one of the cool things about the Sublight Lounge is that, well, for one thing, it's beautiful. Like it's an upscale Oga's, right? And you have the fun little alcoves where you can sit and
like in the Mos Eisley Cantina.
Yeah.
Or even Oga's.
Mm-hmm. And then also any of the drinks, if they're alcoholic, they are a charge, right? You do have to buy those. However, any snacks, and they have some amazing snacks, are all free. So you can like go look at the snack menu and see and say, I want everything. And they'll like bring it all to your table. And it's all part of the experience.
So, pro tip, skip the stretchy pants, just rock the Jedi robe.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But please wear pants underneath the robe. Please. Just, wear
stretchy pants underneath the Jedi robe.
You know what? Either get some sweatpants or some MC Hammer parachute pants. Please wear some pants on the Halcyon. Yeah, and the whole presentation. All the food comes with like steam.
Oh,
it's like it was made in the carbon freezing chamber.
So they have this smoked cheese dish you can get at the Sublight Lounge, and it comes on a tray with a dome, like a glass dome. And and you can see this in our food video, but they take off the dome and the smoke swirls up, right? And it's amazing. And then the whole lounge smells like a fire's burning for a minute.
that
like
wood fire.
that wood fire smell, the smoky
Okay.
smell for a minute. And it's like smoked. There's like 3 little balls of smoked cheese with some funky breads and things.
Just
It's really
saying it
good.
now, I can, the memory perception, the
Yeah.
sense perception, I can still smell it. I can still smell that awesome wood fiery smell that when you get this, that permeates the air.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, I watched some of your videos. I watched a bunch of others, and I'm at the like Florida resident, right? Hit me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at from just walking into this video. But okay, so we heard food grand slam.
Mhm.
Okay, and I didn't expect to lead off with food, but
No. Yeah, it just kind of happened that way.
yeah, it's just kind of been that good. Okay. The other thing I've heard is like, do not call this a hotel. Okay.
Right.
No, even when you're there, you can't get your head around the fact that this is a building.
Oh, yeah.
It's because they really psychologically implant these thoughts that you are going on a cruise, even to the point where when you get there, you go in a shuttle and you're jettisoned into space up to the Halcyon. And and when you get to the atrium inside, you see the windows with a star field out there. So you still feel like you are on a cruise.
And then you get in your cabin, which has on the wall a TV that has the path the ship is taking through the Star Wars galaxy. So you can see that you're near Chandrala when you first begin. And then as you travel to the next day, you're near Batu, right? And you can see the star map in your room.
And when you've been on a cruise, sometimes you'll stand and you can feel the boat moving, shifting a little bit. I found myself at times just standing there and I can feel my body moving, even though it's not, because we're in a brick building. But I can still, but psychologically, I'm thinking I'm in outer space on this ship that's currently in motion. That's the great job they do at giving you the idea that you have left Earth.
Interesting, because I know McNair was a Imagineer over at Disney Springs when they did that paddlefish restaurant, and that paddle wheel boat is built on cement pylons. And he goes, people will still complain, hey, can you keep the boat from rocking too much? And
yeah.
So they must have like really dialed that in and done that right. So I'm hearing from you guys, immersion level 10.
Yeah, and we haven't even talked about the characters. So like
this brings it to an 11.
Yes.
Okay. I have heard the Disney actors brought their A game to this.
Yes.
Like they are just spot on, and it's amazing. And I know a few of the equity actors around here, and they were all saying, yeah, dude, the people they hired, A game.
Yeah.
Right on point. So
yeah. And one of the things, I mean, so we didn't really know what to expect when boarding this cruise. Like, yes, like everyone else, we're like, okay, it's a Star Wars hotel. You're going to get like some dinner shows or something. We were not prepared for just how immersive this is. The experience is literally like a murder mystery dinner theater happening for 45 hours. So,
okay,
like you have these storylines that like you can basically be as immersed in it as you want. You can help characters on an individual basis around the ship. These same characters that you're talking about, the actors, these same characters pop up and give you messages in your data pad, and they give you things to do, and you can choose to do them or not. And based on if you do them or not, you are put on a different story path than other people. Like your whole room could be doing different things the whole time throughout this experience.
Yeah, because I don't know. And I've heard this from other people, because I have tried the data pad experience in Galaxy's Edge, and I'm like, it's okay. And, 10 minutes later, you're like, okay, what's next?
Right.
Yeah, that was almost 3 years ago now. So they've really upped their game.
Right.
Yeah, but from what I'm told is when you have this personal interaction with characters that are giving you missions and you're doing it for them and you're seeing them and interacting with them, it adds a whole new level of fun to it and a whole new
Yes.
level of interactivity. And it just like takes it to that 11 level.
It does. It does. And like you said, because these actors are so into their characters, they make you feel emotions that you feel like watching a feature film. Like you are in this film, you are interacting with these characters, which are making you feel these emotions. Like it is being in a Star Wars movie.
Okay. So this is like planned out. This is because the other criticism that I've heard here is that this is like high-end LARPing. Okay. And it's like, I don't know though, because it's like I don't get professional actors when I go to like an event like that, right?
That's the
and
thing.
I've seen LARPers in the middle of a battle go, "Oh, hold on, I got a text from my kids." You're never gonna see that with these actors here.
Right.
So you can call it high-end cosplaying or LARPing, but it just goes so far beyond that. And not only do the performers know their stuff, but all of the guest relations people, they are fully immersed in Star Wars. And believe me, I put many to the test.
Yes.
And
Oh, dude, yeah.
start throwing out names and planets, and they're right there. They are right there in the conversation. Never ever did I have to go, okay, that person doesn't know what happened in the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah.
They did their homework, especially the main performers with the Riola Keevan, the captain, Lenka Mock, the cruise director. There's a Rhodian walking around named Wani.
Yeah, because I remember we did Galaxy's Edge opening in Disneyland together.
Yes.
And you were giving those guys some what for. Okay. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see how far I can go with them. I'll never put them in a very uncomfortable position. I'll see how far what their knowledge is, and okay, we're there. And I'll come back down again. I never want to make anyone feel like they're less than because they don't know about any parts of Star Wars.
Yeah. But I mean, it was a fun experience to do. So I can only imagine you guys going through this stuff. So yeah, because I've seen that in action, Richard, and it's quite fun and quite entertaining, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's really when you wake up in the morning, your data pad's ringing with all these messages, and you go to bed at night. There's still things going on with the data pad and missions, and you'll be on your way to one mission, and you'll be pulled to another mission.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, it's not just your data pad, but like a character will run by.
Yeah, and say, come with us, quick.
Yeah.
And I was put on a mission to protect Rey and make sure at the end that she was hidden from the First Order. Like someone ran by and said, "We need you right away. Come with us right now." It's like, why? There's Rey's over there behind those boxes.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to help Rey. So it could be just be prepared for anything and everything, and just be prepared to fully immerse yourself. If you're more of a spectator person, go to Galaxy's Edge. Don't go here because I wouldn't want anyone to waste their money and go, well, it wasn't really what I wanted. Well, then listen to all the feedback, then make your decision, because it really wants you to invest in the story. It's the only way you're going to get the full value of this adventure.
Right.
Yes. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about some ways to get some value out of this. And then Gina, if you got a comment that somebody does that they make, we definitely want to include them. But I'm just having so much fun talking with you guys and getting your take on it that I don't want to ignore the audience, but I'll let you pull them in, Gina. So, okay. So back to this, like extracting the value out of this. It sounds like engaging in the role playing, engaging in the data pad missions, and just fully leaning into this and just, I'm all in this universe. That's a key to getting value out of this.
Yes.
I think that's a big key. If you're that type of person, I mean, yes, I think that's the best way to experience it. Also, I recommend, getting there as close to 1 p.m. as you can. On your first day, you can go between 1 and 4 p.m. and arrive, but 4 p.m. is the muster, which is basically everyone gathers in the atrium. That's where the story begins. That's where you meet all the actors and things like that. You want to be acclimated to the ship before that. You can even have a couple missions under your belt using your data pad before that, and your story can already be beginning. I do recommend that. Like, we got there pretty much at 1:15, and we, explored our cabin. We took the ship tour, which we learned a whole bunch of cool things. You can do, if you're not so into your data pad, they have someone in the atrium who can help you through your data pad. They can give you a what is that called?
Data pad is your phone.
It's your phone.
Is it My Disney Experience? Is it the Disney Parks Play app?
It is. So yes, it is the Disney Parks Play app. And what's interesting about this is, like, I know a lot of you go to Disneyland and everything is in your My Disney Experience app. Well, that's true. You can see your Galactic Starcruiser like dates, but in the Disney Parks Play app, you can see your full itinerary for all 2.5 days. And that's where you see your muster at 4. You see all these other things at different times. You see a dinner. You see when your dinner is. You see like all like droid races. You see all these interesting things. You're like, what is that? I want to do that, And this is like up to 2 weeks before. You can be looking at this schedule and going, oh my God. So it's like your Disney Parks Play app is your key to accessing. And Gina, they do not wipe your
Galaxy's Edge missions.
No, they don't wipe that. In fact,
they build on it?
They build on it, as far as I know. I mean, mine updated. I haven't looked at it since, but
I think it would be fun to come through and go First Order side and all of my leanings, and then go through it again and go, Resistance side. So
next time we do it, and we will be doing it again.
Yes,
we will be doing this again. It was this much of a game changer that I really want to follow the First Order.
Yeah. Oh, I know, right? Like we are like all in. We are saving our money. We're gonna go back because it was just so fantastic.
And that tells you something.
Yeah.
That we're going to go back. And so many other of the media outlets, like some have already gone back because they were so impressed with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they probably had them pre-booked as well because we're still like a week out. But that's really cool. And Mike's already picking up what I'm laying down here. As soon as they offer the cast member Florida resident discounts, we're in. Okay.
Yeah.
Meredith makes a comment here that it's the fact that your cruise starts with the muster is straight up engagement and amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not just any old muster, because you know what? Things go wrong.
Yeah. Maybe a First Order officer comes on board.
Yeah. Just to let everyone know, we're not going to spoil any story points. So just know that going in. There are some twists and turns that we don't want to spoil.
Now, here was something that I took away from like all of the pre-stuff hype when they released your cruise itinerary, and they're like, you're paying $6,000 to play Sabacc, okay, or to do this. And I go, no, I think that's kind of like, it's there. You can do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But they have to present this as a real cruise and have like a cruise entertainment and an itinerary and all that stuff as well. But then the story builds onto it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of like the base level of, okay, you could do this if you wanted to. Right?
Yeah. Nothing is there just to be there. Everything builds on everything else.
Yes.
Okay.
And even if the things they may say to you build on something else, like, wait a minute, didn't that person mention something 2 days ago about this? And now it's paying off.
Oh yeah.
So be listening to everything. Nothing is a throwaway line. And it's that well developed that it's incredible.
Yeah. Even your excursion to Batuu, we haven't even got to that.
Okay, so
let's go there now.
Okay.
Let's do that, okay? Because so now like the videos I've seen of that little box truck thing were, I mean, it was.
You never see.
All right, stop right there.
Yes.
I was so livid when I saw that tweet go out of that box truck, because that's the shuttle you take from the Halcyon to Galaxy's Edge, but you never see the outside of that. You go into it, and it looks like a Star Wars shuttle. You hear one of those DJ Rex type of droids pumping in some music. The art direction inside is all Star Wars. You get there, and they offload you into Galaxy's Edge. You never see that white box truck,
and it's a secret entrance into Galaxy's Edge. It's so cool. But
so I was so upset that people were like, oh, that's not Star Wars, that looks cheap. And well, you know what, you look at the production of Star Wars, you look behind those Death Star walls, guess what you're gonna see? 2x4s holding up those walls.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you look behind the curtain, of course that's what you're gonna see. So don't look behind the curtain. Didn't you learn anything from Wizard of Oz?
Point well made. So, but you're telling me the inside of the truck is
decked out Star Wars.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Did it like shimmy and feel like you were transporting, or like
it felt like a truck?
It did. It did feel like a truck.
But you're talking to other people. You're listening to the soundtrack. Yeah. That's such a very, very small, finite point into all this.
It's like an 8-minute drive.
So this is a great question. How would this be for families with elementary age children? Is it something they would enjoy, or would they do better without kids, like an adults only trip or family?
Good. That's a very, very, very good question.
Yes.
And I would say it's great for the kids. We were there with a lot of kids, and these kids were more into it than some of the adults.
Oh, yeah.
I would say anything over the age of 7.
Good.
Yeah, anything under 7, it's a little harder to comprehend, and
plus they might get scared.
Are they first order troopers?
Yeah,
but it's other than that, it's not really something scary. But if the kids they need a mental break, they want to go back to their room. It's like, oh, kids, come on, time is money. Get your stuff together, and let's get back out there.
It is a very big sensory experience. It's like all your senses. So if your children, like, your children best, if you know that they get a little overwhelmed, maybe need a break, maybe they're not quite ready. But like the whole Disney itself recommends ages 7 and up. And the kids were having a ball. Like, and then Chewie comes in the room, and it's like he's like a kid magnet. Bam. All the kids just like go to him and like help Chewie on missions. It's so cute. And lots of kids, they like using phones, right? They'll be issued their own data pad if they don't have one.
Oh, these kids could use data pads better than me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they can go on missions.
Yeah, and it's so much fun seeing how the kids react to all of this, because kids love to play. They love to role play.
Yeah.
And they were really getting into it. And plus, when you're in a group and Lieutenant Croy wants someone a volunteer, he's gonna go for the kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's an extra step in getting yourself to the forefront.
And there's lots of cool things.
Exploit your kids.
Yeah. There's lots of cool things that happen for kids. Like, we go through one of the things you do, the activities on the first day is called Bridge Ops Training. And so your group of people, about 30 people, go into the bridge at different times, and you are on these consoles, and you like rotate through the different consoles. And so you're either using the ship weapons, or you're being the engineer and pressing buttons, or you're working together with someone, you're doing shields, like it's all these very touchy feely things like in Smuggler's Run that you would do. Yeah. But that kids are like great at. They love that stuff. And the lightsaber training too is very much hands-on. Kids would love that too. So it's definitely geared toward kids and adults. Like, they did a really great job.
Yeah, well, that's a big part of their future income is families.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is Disney. They're going to have a kids element involved.
Yeah.
Right. And I could see playing this 2 ways, right? I could see doing a family trip here, and I could see just doing an adult only trip here, because, well, I think you can roll Disney World or Disneyland the same way and have phenomenal experiences either way you play it.
Yes.
You just got to know your kids. And I hope most parents do know their kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true there. Very true. So, okay. What other pro tips do you guys have? Gina's kind of spurring us along here.
Okay. Well, one of my tips is basically you're not in your room that much. And if you are in your room, you're going to miss something. Yeah, you're going to miss something. Although you do see stuff throughout your viewport. So basically, I would say split the room with as many people as you can, just to get yourself on that ship and make the cost of entry a little lower for you.
Up to 5.
Yeah, up to 5. Because Yeah, that's like the best way to do it. Although you probably have to rock, paper, scissors for who gets the pull down bed versus the cool little bunks or the big bed. But that's like
Well,
a number one tip for me. I'm like, we're already thinking, okay, who can we have in our room that we can just go again? Because we want to go again.
my Florida resident rate, I'm picking. So
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And other than that, just know that you're going to be on your data pads a lot. Like you, Chad. When we go to Galaxy's Edge, even in the beginning, Sarah was on the data pad checking everything out. I think I did it once. Like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just not a data pad kind of person. So if I had gone to this not knowing that a majority of the direction you need to go is based on your data pad, I'd be not upset, but a little taken aback. Like, I don't want to be looking at my phone the whole time. But it does give you the direction of where to go next. And these people and these characters who want to give you messages. But once again, I'm not a data pad kind of person. I would rather just go around and see what's going on, have someone pull you aside and throw you into this adventure. So I think everyone should know that it's a 48-hour marathon of theatrics, including starring you. Plus, you got to be on your data pad. For me, those are the two things I would want to know before going on this.
Okay.
And that being said, though, like you can also, if you're not a big data pad person, you can follow along with someone in your room or, like you be buddies with someone who's using their data pad.
Okay.
Right? I mean, that's what you did.
Yeah,
right?
I just followed Sarah.
Yeah.
Now, Gina's saying you have to be on the whole time.
Ah.
You can be on, you can be off, you can do whatever. We went with our friend Teresa, who said, you know what? I need a break. I'm going to go to the Sublight Lounge and order some silver sea martinis.
Right. Yeah. For
So
2 hours, she was in the Sublight Lounge.
It's up to you. It's up to you. But,
Yeah.
but just know that you're going to miss out on some things.
Right.
So you can take as many breaks as you want. And there's even a climate timeout room. I keep forgetting the name of this. That little area you can go and have a little timeout and a little.
Oh, the climate simulator.
The climate simulator, yes, which is like a little outside patio where you can go and kind of get away from everything.
It's really cool to go to at night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because they are simulating the weather here on Batu, right?
Yeah, they're saying, the weather in here, it's a lot like what you're going to get down on Batu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Batu is like a stone's throw away.
Yeah.
Yeah. La 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 la, right?
Hold on. Actually answering Gina's, do you have to be on the whole time? So like, honestly, we did feel after that day and day and a half, 2 days, we felt exhausted.
Mentally, you are wiped.
Yes. So like, don't plan a big day at the Disney resorts the day after you get off or the day before you get off. Plan on a nice, relaxing day.
Decompression day.
Before and after, so you can be ready for this experience. That's another pro tip.
Yeah. Get ready, rested, hydrated, mentally prepared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because to me, it would just be like stimulus overload here. Just
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It is. It is. But you know what? You can take it to your level. You don't have to do all the missions. You don't have to. You can do it at your level. To the point where it's going to be fun for you. If you're trying to do all of it and it's overloading, you're not having fun with it, then take a step back and just do what is fun for you. So, Vicky is saying, when is the best downtime to go to the bar?
You know what? The afternoons were kind of nice. Like before dinner.
Yeah, after muster.
Right.
There's a little bit of a slow period before they
Yes.
start building up again.
Well, even before muster, we visited the Sublight Lounge.
Yeah.
But so and then after dinner, usually there's some kind of climactic moment in the atrium, and then grab a seat at the bar as fast as you can because it gets very crowded at night after the storyline has gone down.
It's about 10 p.m. That's when the adventure stopped for the day, and now it's time to go to the bar and cut off Walrus Man's arm.
Yeah. But I mean, we went in, I'm trying to think. We went in the afternoons is generally when we went in the Sublight Lounge and had some drinks and
now
talked.
I gotta ask about the Mustafar drink, the lava.
Yes, we actually got the glass for that. That is another. Okay, yeah, you go get it. So that is another pro tip. In the bar, there are 2 drinks you can get that have glasses that you can also, purchase with the drink. So there's the Dagobah Slug Slinger, which comes with a really cool Chandrala Starline glass. I don't know, Richard, if you want to get that one too.
Yeah, get them both. So
Yeah, that's the one I got. That's in the gift shop, so you can get that by itself. And then the Mustafar, I forget what drink that was, but yes, it's a little spicy. But then what they do at the bar, they have this like a chamber that they open with gloves, and they take out this little vial, and they say, okay, this, I think it's like mezcal or something. So like they say, if you pour this in the drink, that's your spice level, right? So you can pour all of it in or not, and then that ends up being your spicy drink, which it wasn't my favorite thing to drink. I'm not a big spice fan, but we got the cool glass. So here you go. Oh, okay. So first of all, this is the Chandrala Starline glass. I don't know if you can see. It has.
Okay. I need one for this shelf. Okay.
Yes. This is amazing. You can get this in the gift shop just by itself, and I love it. It has Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser on there. There we go. Can kind of see that. So yes, it's my favorite. And then this is, you can only get in the bar. So this, here, hold that. This is your glass. I don't want to mess that up. And it's like kind of frosted with a blackish green, and it actually comes off the base. So it's a full glass, and the base has your logo. So you'll see this logo everywhere. This is the Chandrala Starline logo. And it also says that here. And this is metal. It's really cool.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Richard,
and then this
vial
determines how spicy it is.
Yeah.
They give you this test tube with what was inside of this?
I think I want to say mezcal. I don't know what that is, but I remember hearing that said.
Because they want you to set your own level of tolerance.
Well, it's really cool. It's got like little Arabesh writing on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun.
And then Mir Duck is saying, seems just like a cruise. Go to the bar when others are on excursions.
Yeah, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But even again, when it's crowded, it's kind of fun. Like there's people to talk to, can share your table with people.
And it does feel like you are in a Star Wars bar.
It does.
And I wanted to do that since 1977.
Yeah.
Even at 8 years old, like I'd walk into a bar and be like, hey kid, you can't be in here. Well, I want to go to a Star Wars bar.
Mm-hmm.
And right in the middle of the bar, they have the back table where you can play. We never really did that because we were just so busy.
No, we never did Sabak.
Yeah.
We never played it. And there were some people who played it all the time, I guess. Yeah, but we just didn't do that.
Yeah.
Janice is asking about dressing up. So one of the fun things, because your cabin is so close to everything, you can dress up or dress down as much as you want. You can change clothes. Like for dinners, we would change and get all kind of glitzy and dressed up like Star Warsy chic, I suppose. Whereas during the day, we would just wear.
I think most of the people would dress up in Star Wars bounding. I went to Galaxy's Edge, got that Han Solo tan shirt with a panel, and years and decades ago, I had a Han Solo jacket made for me because I've always loved that jacket, so I wore that. And Sarah wore. Where did you wear that first day?
I wore for the evening.
The daytime.
Oh, the date. Oh, I just had my Star Wars Skywalker Academy.
Oh, sure. Okay. Then later on that night, she had we're both representing R2-D2. I did my R2 jacket, and Sarah had this nice long blue dress with little R2 accents.
Yeah, I like glammed up R2.
So it's
I imagine
fun to dress up.
If you're gonna shell out all the money to go to this, what's a few more bucks to Star Wars bounding, right?
Exactly. And some people are making up their own characters for this. Like I'm thinking I want to be some kind of Rapunzel-esque character with lots of braids that's from Alderaan, long lost Alderaan a long time ago. You can make up your own character and then talk with all the passengers on the ship or the passenger services, people, and like talk to them about your backstory. They'll tell you about theirs. Like you can, I know some people who are going that have like characters that they're going to be like in.
I'm going to go as a new character called Chad Pennycuff, as I'm an intergalactic podcaster. And so I can be able to record everyone and say, hey, this is my character. I'm sorry. It's an interview. I'm doing a character.
Right?
You don't mind if I take your name, do you?
Go right ahead. Right?
Yeah. In fact, okay, so this is another pro tip. One of the things that we were told on heading into the cruise was give yourself permission to play. And I think that's what you need to do in order to really get the most out of this experience, no matter how old you are.
Because it's so much fun talking to the characters too. Because you can have a full conversation with them.
Mm-hmm.
Just like at Disney World or Disneyland, I've always been so impressed with the characters who can have a fun conversation.
Yeah.
And same with these characters here, and they know the speak. They know the Star Wars speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we will join as the Galactic Broadcasting Network affiliates.
Nice. Thank you, Meredith.
I'm going to call my show Your DVC Points. Because I don't want any copyright infringement.
Yeah.
No hassles.
So now let's get into this question and we'll kind of wrap it up. And if you guys have any more questions or comments that you want to work in, go ahead and post them now and we'll finish this up. But because I really wanted to do this one. And Jim says, my question is not, is it worth it? Which is the traditional answer, but was it worth it for you? And was there enough to make you want to do a return trip? Because money is only relevant to the individual and not for one to assess and another, right? It's like, we all have different levels of disposable income, and 6,000 to me is not 6,000 to somebody else. But I get what he's saying there. So
yeah. So yes, it is worth it. Since 1977, I've always wanted to be immersed in a Star Wars story. We almost had it with Galaxy's Edge, but we do have it with Galactic Starcruiser.
Yeah, like it's definitely worth it to us. We want to go like every year and just do different storylines. Like there's so much to do.
But yeah, go ahead.
Oh no.
I'll say, unfortunately, we can't because it is expensive.
Yes.
And if you're gonna do this, save up for it. And it's just unfortunately not for everybody. And if you want a Mercedes, you can't get a Mercedes, but you need a Toyota RAV4, well, that's what you can get. That's what you can afford, and you make do with it. And then you don't bash the Mercedes because you can't afford it. A lot of people are bashing this because they can't afford it. It's too expensive. Well, it's expensive because you have that A+ cast, which SAG-AFTRA is very, very expensive to hire these people. The makeup on all these characters is, I've worked in the makeup industry. And I was like staring at these people going, this is exquisite. There's the airbrushing, the contact lenses. Wani, the Rhodian who walks around, she's wearing a mask that the eyes twitch and the mouth moves. There's a vocal box in there. These things are very expensive, plus the years it took to develop this, plus the upkeep, plus they train all their people daily. So this stuff is expensive. So if you want this over the top A+ experience, you're going to have to pay for it.
That's true.
Yeah, that's very true. And Janice is saying the same thing as you. Like since 1977, we've stood in line. We want to do this. And when you stop and think about it, when you're a kid, you're sitting here playing with all these Kenner toys and you're making up your own Star Wars story and you're interacting with it like that. This is just the adult full-blown theatrical immersion level of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think one of the main reasons that it's worth it for us to want to go back is I'm going to go to a moment. I was drinking wine out of this glass last night, and I was just drinking and I was just remembering our experience. And I was thinking this Galactic Starcruiser made me feel the same emotions and excitement that I felt the first time I saw Star Wars in the theater. Like it was that emotionally impactful. It was amazing.
Yeah. And it really, really is, because you get to see these returning characters and new characters that you fall instantly in love with because they're so well developed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so I'm in, right? I just need a Florida coupon. I need something, right? Work with me here, Disney, and I'm in. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to talk to some of the Imagineers about the upcoming celebration. And are you guys going to have any kind of codes there that people at Celebration can use? And then they didn't really answer the question, but don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but they really, really should.
They really should, because I mean, Star Wars Celebration is their target market. Okay,
Mhm.
if you're going to Celebration and you're that big a Star Wars fan, this is kind of designed for you as well. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm with you 100% there, Mike. I will give you a ring when the Florida resident rates drop, or if we can, sneak in through a cast member discount through somebody we know, we're on. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen anytime in the next year.
Yeah, they're making
Yeah.
up all their development money right now, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see this with bring a Coke bottle in and get into the themed entertainment for a discount, but I could be wrong, right?
AAA discount? AARP?
Yeah, something along those lines.
Maybe if you go in, tell them that you know Chad Pennycuff, maybe that'll buy you something.
Dude, that'll get you thrown out. Like,
well,
Yeah.
Janice says, thank you for your review. I'm so glad
Yeah.
I watched this. And yeah, when we said in the very beginning, we're going to give just honest reviews here. If this didn't meet our expectations, we would have said it.
Right.
If there's something that we thought, yeah, this is just not worth it, maybe hold off for another couple of years, we would have said that. But it really was an A+ experience.
Just blew us away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even
So-
people who had gone afterwards, after we had left,
yeah.
the paying crowd, they said it was nothing short of what we had the week earlier.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they had given the media special attention.
Was there anything that you would have plussed up or done different?
Yeah, I would say that in the rooms you see the view screens, you see outer space.
Mhm.
For me, that could have been a little bit more clear. Like when you go to Rise of the Resistance and you look out into the space behind the stormtroopers when you're
Yeah.
first captured by the stormtroopers, that is like top level clarity. And I wish the viewports were a little bit more clear into outer space. And I wish that you would have heard some like rumbling of the ship whenever you walked through the Halcyon. But a friend of ours said he did hear like a rumbling, because when you're
Like
on
he
a
went by the
cruise,
engine room or something along
or
those
just
lines,
even
yeah.
in the main atrium, he said,
Right.
yeah, he did feel and hear the ship rumbling. Maybe I just missed it.
Yeah. I
Because
don't-
that would, when you go
Okay.
to Galaxy's Edge, you'll hear TIE fighters flying by or overhead, and you can feel and hear it. And I was listening for that, and I just didn't
Yeah.
hear or feel that, but maybe I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And I'm gonna say honestly, you get to your carport where you're dropped off, and that's like your terminal for the cruise, and then you're put in this shuttle that
Okay.
goes up to the Halcyon, which is supposed to be orbiting, Earth, right? But like it's an elevator. You can kind of tell it's an elevator with all the technology that they have for like Star Tours and stuff. Like I feel it should be on hydraulics or something and make you really
Well,
feel
that was
like
a
you're
call out
going.
to the vintage fans, because in Star Wars and The Empire Strikes
Yeah.
Back, Return of the Jedi, they did have elevators. So that was them
Okay.
saying, this is a call out to you. We're gonna have an elevator.
Okay. But I feel
Yeah.
like with all the technology that they know, that could have been a little more immersive, like
Yeah, and-
almost a little ride in itself.
And these little nitpicks are very nitpicky.
Very, very, very.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
asked
yeah,
us.
right?
Yeah.
Now, have you guys done the Space 220 elevator? Did you make it over there
No.
yet? So
No, we
okay.
did not.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a
so-
very short trip when we were there. We wish we could have seen all of our Floridian Skywalkers, but
I know.
they raced us in, raced us back out again.
Got it. Well, next time you're here, I'm definitely coming to your guys' Skywalker meetup, and we'll share that out with people as well. So one last final shout out to you, Skywalking Through Neverland. Phenomenal podcast. Fangirls going rogue. I'm trying to get Teresa to come in and do an interview with me. So I got to lean on her and twist her arm a little bit more because I know she owns at Boulder Ridge. So we'll get her in. And
Nice.
we'll definitely bring her onto the show as well.
Tell
So-
her you're gonna talk My Little Pony. She'll be here tonight.
Oh. You know what? I have a My Little Pony like Chinese one. So I will lure her with that.
There you
This
go.
is your pro tip in getting Teresa.
Yes.
I
Just
found it
start
when
with
I was
that.
moving. So okay.
Oh.
So I will definitely do that. So huge shout out to you guys. Go ahead, subscribe to their YouTube channel, Skywalking Through Neverland. Phenomenal podcast, very well produced. exceptional audio quality, exceptional guest. I can't say enough great things about you guys and all of the other Skywalkers. And pro tip to everybody that is looking at doing this, do not use DVC points to book this. Somebody asked a question earlier, did I see the point charts? And I'm like, no, I didn't have to, because I know they're only going to give me like $7 something a point. So rent your points out through DVC rental store, get the cash, buy discounted gift cards, and then go to a travel agent who's might give you some form of onboard credit. I don't know. That'll probably be a thing like the cruise ships. But
can we offer a travel agent?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So smallworldvacations.com right now, you get through March 14th, you'll get a special freebie if you book a vacation with them, including the Star Cruiser, by using the code Skywalking222.
Oh, okay. So use your guys' reference code, Small World Vacations.
Skywalking222.
Skywalking222. Okay.
Yeah.
Pro tip there. Because, I mean, I look at it like this, man. We all work really hard. I think they're a sponsor of your show. And just don't give all your money to Disney. Okay. Get a discount, get a deal, support a travel agent, support a podcaster, do something. Okay.
Right.
But
and then go ahead, show them this.
Oh, I'm sorry. So this is the freebie that you get. You get this huge power bank. It's a special Walt Disney World 50th power bank if you book by March 14th. And they're doing it's really like this'll help your data pad for the whole 2.5 days.
I was gonna say it's almost required you bring a power brick to keep the data pad going. But
I think this thing can even charge your car.
Oh, yeah. And it's really cool. So there's Small World.
And then we're also teaming up with Small World Vacations for a giveaway coming up where we got a Halcyon backpack and we're gonna stuff it full of fun stuff that we got on the cruise.
Yeah, some press stuff, some fun stuff from the Halcyon. It's very cool.
And I'm sure there's going to be more coming out on your podcast and YouTube channel for how to enter that. So
yes, and Instagram.
Yes,
and
watch
Instagram.
Instagram. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, thank you guys for joining in. Do not give Disney your points. Rent them out. DVC rental store. Take the cash. Go over to Small World. Go to a travel agent of your choice. Do something. But I'm on this cruise. Okay. I just got to figure out a way. Save some pennies. Beg, borrow, steal. Do something. I'm going to do it. It's that simple. So thanks again for joining us, everybody. Have a great night, and we will see you guys next week.
And may the stars light your way.
Ooh, I got to learn a new one.
That's their new Tilda Spire.
Yes.
And may the force be with you.
Oh, okay. Sounds awesome. Thanks again, everybody.